Hello and welcome to Bazzani Stadium in Franklin, Massachusetts on Friday, September 3rd for SportView's award-winning production of Holliston Panther Football 2021. It's found only on HCAT TV. Tonight, the Panthers face the Franklin Panthers in the 12th annual Joey Larracey Bowl. Doing it Joe's way since 2009. My name is Tom Emmons, and alongside is my co-host, the legend, Jay Wyman. Jay, this is Holliston's final tune-up before the season opener. What do you expect to see from Holliston against Franklin tonight?
Well, we're going to see, first of all, we talked to coaches yesterday, and one of the things that they had mentioned was this is a very, very young team, especially in the skill positions for Holliston. But fortunately, the strength of this team right now is in the offensive and defensive lines. And that's a big thing when you have young kids to be able to do that. Now, you know, coaches like to build teams from the front back and from the center out, and in that case, that's where you want your strength is right up there, right up front, and Holliston has that. But Tom, you and I went to some of the passing leagues and games over in Ashland, and we saw some really good stuff from the skill position kids. So they may be young, there may be a few mistakes here and there, and that's why we're playing this game. But look out, especially for the first half of this game, and watch and see how this plays out. This Franklin team is a very good team. In fact, Holliston's Division 4, Franklin's Division 1. So it's going to be a really, really good test for Holliston.
Holliston to receive the ball. Captain's out for the toss. Number 23, Chris Del Ponte. Number 70 is Robert Payne. Number 72 is Patrick Griffin. And number 74 is Brennan Ibbotson.
As you can tell, those captains, three of those four captains are offensive linemen and defense. They'll switch off offensive and defensively. And then Chris Del Ponte, he's the middle linebacker on the defense, and he's the quarterback on the war offense. So the coaches are very happy with the way that the captains have handled this offseason.
Right. Well, we got Carlos Canto doing the statistician's duties tonight for us. Thank you, Carlos. Holliston has faced Franklin one other time, Jay.
Yep.
Back when you played football.
Pretty much.
1896.
Yeah, well, I had graduated the year before.
The first recorded football game by the Holliston Panthers was against Franklin in 1896. And the Panthers lost 34-0.
And they used this press box up above us. I think that's the one they used.
Great thanks to statistician Ken Dunn for giving us that fact. I couldn't believe it when I looked that up. The very first game back in 1896.
Yeah, we'll talk about the schedule coming up, and it's pretty ironic that a lot of the other teams we haven't even played yet.
But it's all updated every year in the updated stat book that's available on Amazon now. And the opening kick. Chased back by number 12 and downed in the end zone. That's Cooper Olson, Jr. Got a lot of new names, and of course, this is a brotherhood game for the Panthers, Holliston. I'm going to have to start saying Panthers because both teams are the Panthers. But for Holliston, this is a brotherhood game, which means that just before the game, they exchange jerseys with their brother. So they're each playing for each other during this game, which just wreaks havoc with us broadcasting types because any numbers that we're used to broadcasting, they're wrong.
Well, they'll be back to the normal numbers next week. As Holliston comes out in the spread,
Panthers, Holliston will start at the 25-yard line.
And right off the bat here.
Give you some of the starters. Starting front line, which is supposed to be the strength of the Panthers this year. Ibbotson, Payne, and Griffin, the captains. Center, Grant Harper, Jr., and then another guard is number 53, Pierce Alachi. Got tight end number 9, Owen Zakruski. And we got receivers number 6, Kua Lima, and number 13, Rohith Ramanathan. They call him Noodles.
They call him Noodles.
We're going to use that this season. Number 15 is the tailback, Devin Harding, and the quarterback, number 2, TJ Kiley. Fake to Harding. And the ball underthrown to Noodles just a little bit, taken away by number 6. We don't have a Franklin roster. This is a preseason game, so the statistics don't count. But that's going to be played just like a real game, except for I believe the kicking. The kicking, they don't return any of the kicks.
Right. They won't return them. This is a good way to start the season. Holliston has done this now for many, many years, and it kind of gets the jitters out of the way for the kids. You do all the things that you're doing on a normal game day, so you get that practice down, and just makes that first live game a little bit easier to take for the kids.
Franklin's got the ball on the 41-yard line of Holliston. And number 15 is the quarterback for Franklin, quarterback Jared Aroni. Senior is 6'1", 170. He threw for over 1,000 yards last year in fall 2. He completes one to the outside, and Franklin first down.
Well, I got a little inside information. Franklin scrimmaged Ashland last week. And happened to know somebody in town here who was over there, went to the thing, and they said that Franklin really kind of early on anyway did a number on Ashland. So this team's pretty talented, this Franklin team.
The running back to his right, handoff.
Oh, great tackle.
And no gain there for number 21, Mac Gula. 6 foot, 200-pound senior.
I think that was Owen Zakruski on the tackle, and I hope I'm saying that name right.
He ran for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns in the fall 2 season, a Hockomock League All-Star. Aroni back to pass, looks down the middle, fires all alone in the end zone to number 2. That's wide receiver Shane Kindred, senior.
Well, that was a blown coverage by Holliston, and those are the types of things. This is why you want to play games like this, because especially when you get some of those younger kids back there, they're going to see some stuff they haven't seen before, and this is a good opportunity for the coaches to do some teaching tonight.
Well, we've seen the advantage of having returning starters at all your skill positions right away for Franklin. They line up for the extra point. Kick is up and good.
Oh, they got a kicker.
So with 11:03 to go in the first quarter, Franklin scores first, 7-0 on the Panther Holliston turnover. I'm going to have trouble. Hey, Jay.
Here's the rule. You say Panther, we mean Holliston. You say Franklin, we mean Franklin. How's that?
Okay, that's a bit. Who are the other teams in Massachusetts that have the Panthers as a mascot?
See, we talked about this coming over. I knew 2 of them. I knew Marlboro does, and I know Palmer does.
Which I didn't know.
I don't
Palmer.
know.
I didn't know Palmer. You're Western Mass guy? Well, sort of.
Shovel was born in Palmer. My wife was born in Palmer. So I lived there for a couple of years.
Well, the other one was Beverly.
Oh, Beverly.
The Beverly Panthers.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, see, I would have thought there would have been some kind of a sailing deal or something.
No.
The Beverly Yachtsmen or something. 11:03 left to go in the first quarter here. Kind of an auspicious debut here for Holliston, but they'll settle down and get going.
Back deep for the Panthers, number 24, Brad Aradola, and number 12, Cooper Olson. And the kick goes right to number 24, and they blow the whistle. So Panthers will take over at the 25. Holliston will take over at 20. If we had a jar here and I threw a nickel in, we'd be eating like kings after the game.
Just say Panthers, we know it's Holliston. So they come back out again.
We've only been doing this for what, 12, 14 years, something like that?
Some of us for like 15, 16, 17
Oh, my
years.
gosh. Just love HCAT's coverage of Panther football. Holliston, that is. All right, Kylie with Harding behind. Handoff to number 15, and he busts through the hole. Out to the 46-yard line, and a Holliston first down.
Well, that's what I was talking about in the intro, that when you have an experience at those skill positions and you have that offensive line, you want to take advantage of that. And just because these kids are inexperienced at those skill positions doesn't mean they're not very talented and very quick and very fast. So they'll open up their hole and they hit the hole fast, and they can make some yardage.
Devin Harding, a sophomore, and we've got a whistle by the referee. We did a lot of the JV and freshman games.
Yep.
And we saw these guys, and a lot of good ball handlers.
Yeah, and the coaches we talked to yesterday, they're really really excited about the sophomore class coming up. I mean, the juniors too, obviously, but they said the sophomore class is there's a lot of talent there, and we saw that as freshmen because a lot of those kids as freshmen played JV also.
1st and 5 for Holliston. Handoff to Harding again. Tries the right side. And he's going to be close to a Panther first down.
And when you talk about brother games, I'm guessing that's the brother of David Harding, right? I'm guessing. I don't know.
No, brotherhood game means they switch jerseys.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he's probably David Harding's.
Yeah, and if
brother.
he is, he's got a heck of a pair of shoes to fill there.
Holliston again to the run.
Yeah, that line's getting some really good push up front, Tom, and they are opening up some holes. Harding looks good. He looks quick to the hole. And the other thing I've seen him do so far a couple times is he waits till that hole develops, but when it does, he's quick into the hole. He's not just hanging around back there in the backfield.
That was number 5, senior Derek D'Angelo.
Oh, that was somebody else. Okay.
He did a little swap there. So 1st and 10 for Holliston as they've moved into Franklin territory at the 41. Kylie, handoff to D'Angelo. He scoots forward to the 40, tripped up. Number 8, tight end Joey Gentile in there for Holliston.
Joey's going to play 2 ways, and he is a heck of a defensive player.
Now we got Cooper Olson, number 12, in at tailback. Just to Kylie's right. 2nd down and 9. Olson forward. Pickup of just 1. So it'll be 3rd down and 7.
See what Holliston does here. This is a good opportunity as that the defense starts closing in a little bit more in the running game. It's a good time to get your tight end out there and get a short pass and let them go with it. They seem to be playing man-to-man on defense.
That's Gentile number 8 and number 84, junior Owen McCarron.
Owen McCarron had a really good passing league too.
Gentile in motion. Handoff, fake to Olson. And Kylie tries to find the right side, but he's brought down short of a first down.
Yeah, they actually lost a yard on that one. So 4th down, of course, this is 4-down territory. I think, oh, they're going to punt.
Well, that should be one of the advantages of this Holliston attack. Number 10, senior Nick Cotting, has done the kicking for 3 years. This year and last year, he was the punter and the place kicker. So we should be able to get them out of trouble easily.
Oh,
nice kick by
punt.
Cotting. Takes a Panther roll. Come down at the 14-yard line. So really back up Franklin now. 6:21 left in the first quarter. 7-0 Franklin.
Well, that was a pretty good little drive for Holliston. They got to use that offensive line, made some yardage, especially some big yardage on the first couple plays there. It kind of got bogged down a little bit at the end. But that was good to see. It's good to see those kids hitting the holes quickly and the holes opening up first, and then the kids hitting the hole quickly and getting some yardage.
Roney hands off to Gula, and he's stacked up by the front seven of the Panthers. A starting defense for Holliston. Up front, number 53, Pierce Alachi, number 56, Jack Littlejohn, number 9, Owen Zakruski, and number 74, Robert Payne. Your linebackers are Chris C.J. Pacheco. Aroni back to pass. He's flushed out of the pocket and chased. Passed out of bounds along the sidelines. Incomplete.
Okay, so C.J. is Pacheco.
Pacheco. Thank you.
Pacheco.
Did you just meet his parents?
I did. I met his mom.
Oh, nice.
And it's great when the parents come and tell us this stuff, because the last thing we want to do is be mispronouncing people's names for the whole season.
Right. So linebackers Pacheco, Del Pronte. Got 3rd down and 6 for Franklin.
Good place to get aggressive here for this defense. And here they come. Here they come.
Here's the blitz, long throw, just off the hands of number 11. That was number 11, sophomore Miguel De Jesus in coverage.
Yeah, they had De Jesus and Derek D'Angelo were both back there. Double coverage. Nice job. So now good defensive stop there. Holliston seems to be settling down a little bit now with both offensively and defensively.
Andriola back for Holliston, number 24, and also number 1, Brady Sweeney.
Well, we saw a lot of Brady Sweeney this year, and in the Ashland League, and I really like the way he plays, both offensive and defenses.
Quite a basketball player. There's the punt off the side of the Franklin punter, and that's going to come out at the Franklin 41. So Holliston in good field position on that exchange. They get the ball back right where they left it.
Yep.
Holliston last few months in the fall 2 season, which was in March and April, 3-2, averaging 30 points a game, giving up 18. Their head coach is Todd Kiley in his 19th season with the Panthers. 151 wins, 47 losses. Franklin in the fall 2 was 3-4. They gave up 20 points a game and scored 20 points a game. I'll get to their head coach in just a moment. Snap to Kiley, fakes it, rolls White, fires, wide open, number 6, Lima, stays in bounds, and he's all the way down to almost the 10-yard line.
One of the things I like when TJ Kiley is in there at quarterback is I think he throws very well on the run. And, he is kind of smallish there, so, sometimes you get a tough time seeing over those offensive and defensive linemen. So when you can get him to the outside to run like that, it's a little bit to his advantage. Also, he, as I said earlier, he throws very well off the run. That's one of the things I noticed in Ashland. And we actually talked about that in a couple of the games that Holliston played over there. Watch him. When he gets to the outside, he can make things happen.
Lima actually inside the 10. It's 1st and goal at the 9. Kiley hands it to number 8. That's Gentile. on the reverse, but Franklin sniffed that out.
Yeah, what happens now, as the field gets shorter, down in here it's a lot shorter, so that you get those linebackers can play up, the safeties can come up and play. They don't have as much field to cover. So if a play takes a long time to develop, they're going to normally have a lot of defensive players up there to make the tackle. Second down here, 4:06 left to go in the first quarter, 7-0.
You mentioned
Franklin.
that Franklin's Division IV. They were also a preseason Division I.
Right.
They're a preseason top 40 team with returning starters. So Holliston getting a good test today. Kiley to Olson.
Oh, nice cut.
Olson finds his way down to the inside the 10. Going to bring down third down and goal.
He picked up about 3 extra yards on that really nice cut.
Looks like maybe he got to the 10. So third and goal from the 10.
Cooper Olson there, running back.
Wide receivers Sweeney and Lima with Owen McCarron in the slot. Gentile tight right with Olson behind. Kiley, there's the fake to Olson. Ball looks like it was intended for Gentile number 8. That'll bring up a 4th and goal.
Derek D'Angelo checks in.
Holliston got a good test last week when they faced Natick in a scrimmage, and Coach Kiley and Athey thought they performed well against that top team.
You're right. They were very happy with what they did, and Natick is really, depending on where you look, some people have them rated 8 in the state. Some people have them, Max Prep, I think, has them 4, I think, in the state.
Timeout in the field. Okay, Holliston breaks the huddle. 4th and goal from the 10-yard line. Derek D'Angelo will be the running back. Sweeney and Gentile to the left. McCarron and Lima to the right. Little cheering from the Red Sea who's come out here to Franklin. Kiley fakes.
Yeah.
Look back the other way. Ball got tipped at the line. McCarron looked like he was open for a moment, but there will be a turnover on downs to Franklin with 2:52 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, nice drive, Tom, and the ball did get tipped there. It looked like he might have had a passing lane, but it closed up pretty quickly. But that's good, you know. This is where you want to try these things out here. Next week, then, with playing Old Rochester, and you know, when you're playing another team like that, you got to be kind of careful here, because I'm sure Old Rochester is here, so you don't want to show them too much. But you also want to try and do some new things and try and see what your team can do.
Aroni, handoff to Gula. Into the backfield. Nice tackle there.
Ooh.
That was Gentile, and he stripped the ball loose. But Franklin recovers. Second down and 4 for Franklin. Go to Gula again. This time he's got the first down. Holliston stops him after he crosses the 35.
Yeah, Miguel De Jesus fortunately grabbed him and just held on for dear life till the cavalry came and finished him off. That would have been a really long gain. Nice job by Miguel.
Franklin's head coach is Ian Bain in his 6th season with the Panthers. Franklin, his record 22-29 for the Hockomock Rex Division Franklin Panthers. Gula on first down. He finds some room on the left side. He's out to almost midfield.
Yeah, he took a ref down with him.
No extra points for that.
No. Might even be a little problem afterwards.
So 1st and 10 at the Franklin 49. Franklin sends 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Roney throws to the left. Little bubble screen to number 2, Kindred. And he's forward for a first down.
Well, what they're doing right now is they're using their speed, and they're getting outside, and Holliston's not being able to get over there and cover enough. Now, I don't know if it's the defense, the base set that Holliston is using that's not allowing them to get out there quickly enough, but they're not getting out there, and when Franklin catches the ball, they have a lot of room in front of them before a defender can come up and make the tackle.
50 seconds left in the first quarter, clock running. Handoff to Gula. Gula goes to the left side. He races around the corner, and touchdown, Franklin.
Well, what happens there is the Holliston, the outside, we talk about this a lot every year, how you really have to set and contain when whoever has that outside responsibility, whether it's your defensive end or it's one of your outside linebackers. Yeah, you can't let these guys get to the outside. So, again, it's a teaching thing. And again, we talked to Coach Athy and Coach Kylie about this the other day, and they said, it's not an effort thing with these kids. They want to learn, they want to do the right thing. It's just that, they're going to be making some of these mistakes because they're younger. But this is something you can correct.
The kick was good. So Franklin's ahead 14-0. 37 seconds left in the first quarter.
They look really good, Franklin. They, they're in a very tough division. And a division of the Hockomock League.
Well, never mind the Division I.
Yeah,
top in the state.
Yep, absolutely.
That means they're talking about the Catholic Memorials and Xaverians.
Yep. All the biggest
John's.
schools. All the biggest schools. And what they did this year is, and we'll talk about this a little bit more maybe as the game wears on, the way they have the MIAA has set up the football playoff schedule and tournament schedules and everything this year. But one of the things is that they redid all the school sizes so that they were able to give everybody the proper division they're going to be in this year and next year.
And it's a statewide tournament.
Yep, statewide. It's not going to be east and north and south anymore, east and west.
Line drive kickoff to Cooper Olson, but he fields that one without a glove.
Well, I'll tell you, Cooper Olson, he saw that play right there, and if this is a regular game, he was off to the races.
That good Swedish blood.
Yeah.
I've got that in me.
Yeah, Viking.
That's my mother's maiden name, Olson.
Olson.
But
yeah.
2 S's.
Yeah.
The good kind of Olson.
Yeah. You're Viking, right?
No, Swedish.
Isn't that Vikings?
No, that's not really Viking.
Oh, okay. Was it like ABBA? Is that?
Yeah, more like ABBA.
33 seconds left to go in the first quarter here. Holliston down 14-0.
Olson to Kylie's left. Handoff to him on the sweep.
Oh, nice tackle.
Nice tackle by number 10.
See, that's what I was talking about containing. Now that the player came up, he contained, and he did a nice job making the tackle. A lot of times when you contain, you don't have the opportunity to make the tackle because they cut inside you, but your linebacker's there to help you out. This time, or the safety's there to help you out, either one. This time he was able to make the running back cut in and make the tackle. Nicely played by number 10 there for Franklin.
2nd and 12 for Holliston. And that's the end of the first quarter. Franklin 14, Holliston nothing. All right, Holliston 2nd down and 12 to start the second quarter. Teams change ends. Cooper Olson just behind TJ Kylie. We got a little movement on the line.
Little jump there. Still some nerves. I mean, it's the first kind of game of the year.
This is the time to shake down all the systems.
Yep.
I remember there was one Larracey Bowl. We were over at Framingham, and then we were walking by the team, and I heard, "Forgot your helmet. It's not on the bus. Somebody go back to the high school." Here's Kylie. Fires. Looking for McCarron just ahead of him.
It was just ahead of him, but that's what I like. Now, that time he rolled to his left, being a right-handed quarterback. That's a little bit tougher to do, but that's what I like. When he gets outside like that and he gets a man open, you know, he's going to hit those passes most of the time. And when he does, it's good to have a tight end like McCarron who's going to make some yardage for you.
3rd and long for Holliston.
We haven't seen the War offense at all yet tonight either.
No, sure we will. Kylie hands off to D'Angelo, the quick hitter, but tripped up at the line of scrimmage. That brings up 4th down.
Put the ball in Carding's hand now, or Carding's foot, I should say. One of the things that we didn't mention was Danny Nash, the senior. Unfortunately broke his leg, and he was going to be a big part of this team for many reasons. He has tremendous speed. It really helps in the skill positions. But the coaches said that he was very, very helpful this year and really excited about playing. Working with the kids on the summer. Great punt by Carding.
Carding's kick all the way back to the 44-yard line of Franklin.
So we want to wish Danny the best, and I know, buddy, it's not fun. It's not fun to, wait basically all your life to get a shot at this
your senior year.
Then you're out. It's just terrible. But he's good family, good kids. He'll bounce back.
So they spot the ball right at the 45-yard line for Franklin, 1st and 10. Tight formation. Roney with Gula right behind him. Hand off to Gula. He works the right side.
Yeah, he's getting too much over there. He's getting too much over there, Tom. They gotta turn him in, and they gotta come up and make the tackle. You can't let him get that much yardage every time he touches the ball.
Franklin 1st down.
Coach Athey is back this year. We're happy to see that defensive coordinator, and he'll see this film and he'll get this stuff all fixed up for next week.
2 new faces on the sideline. Gula on 1st down.
There you
and
go.
There's a big hit
ball in.
And a loose ball, but Franklin jumps on it. Big hit.
That was a big hit, a great hit.
Loss of 2 yards. Couple of new faces on the sideline.
Yeah, a couple of faces that.
Well, they used to be in the press box or up above the press
used
box.
to be up with us.
Right, Joe Santos and Kevin Lamarck.
Well, they're 2 good young coaches, and one of the things that Coach Kiley's had over the years is a consistency in his coaching staff, and that's a big help.
Aroni chased from the pocket by Del Ponte. He sends a little outlet pass to number 85, his tight end, complete for a gain of 4.
We talked a little bit to Chris Del Ponte yesterday. And he was telling us that, of course, he's playing middle linebacker now, so he's calling the signals, controlling the defense. He said that Kevin Lyons, last year's senior, who was just really another special player, really helped him out. I expect to see a lot of that from Del Ponte. I think he's a really good athlete.
Roney drops back, sets up the screen to Gula. Holliston chasing him down the sideline. He's got a 1st down for Franklin.
One of the things you want to be careful of now, you haven't been able to get into the passer too much there, so that offensive line for Franklin's been pretty good. when they start letting everybody through at once, that's your key. You should know that, something's going on, and a couple of those guys in the middle have to back off. You can let the other two guys out from the outside go after him, but you want to have the middle guys, if they're playing that soft block that's letting them through, they should be able to read that and know it's going to be a screen pass.
Yeah, there's no revolving doors in the offensive line. First down, hand up to Gula. It's on the ground. It's Holliston's ball. That's number 72, Patrick Griffin. With the fumble recovery for Holliston.
Well, Patrick Griffin, they did a great, Ken Hemway did a really nice article on him. One of the, I don't know what you call that paper for Holliston.
It's the town pages,
Town pages, whatever it is, but really nice article. We got to talk to him yesterday. Really nice kid. He's got all his stuff together. He really knows what he wants to do, and he set out to do it. And he's a big one. He's 280, and he's definitely going to be playing at the next level next year.
2-year starter, Tri-Valley League All-Star, as well as Robert Payne is a 3-year starter and another Tri-Valley League All-Star.
And that's what they're counting on too, is this offensive and defensive line to make plays like that, to get those hits and get the hand on the ball and strip people and get it down and keep those guys out of the second level. Really nicely done by Patrick Griffin.
Harding back in his tailback. There's the handoff to him. He gets hit right at the line of scrimmage, no gain.
I mean, Holliston's got that good offensive line. We've talked about that all, but this Franklin team's got a good defensive line.
They're no slouches.
They're in there. They're playing them, head on. And what happens is on the offensive and defensive line, if it's a tie, the tie goes to the defense.
Right.
You've got, as an offensive lineman, you've got to back them up or make the hole so that your running backs can get through. If they hold you up and you hold them up and they can make the tackle, defense wins.
Karen down at the tight end, 3 receivers to the right of Kiley. Kiley fakes it, chased out of the pocket.
Well, that's going to be a penalty because he did not get the ball out enough.
They said in the rules that, that's different between the high school and the pros. The pros, if they just get out of the pocket and get it back to the line of scrimmage, but you can't do that in high school ball. Has to be
that's a safety.
Receiver.
That's going to be a safety because what happened was he was in the end zone when he did that. So
with 8:51, 2 more points for Franklin, makes it 16-0. Cotting will punt from the 20 to Franklin.
You gotta, you have to know where you are in the field. For quarterback, I know there's so much, that's why these quarterbacks get paid so much money and they get these big scholarships and this and everything else, because you have to know so much and understand so much of what's going on. Coach Kiley's out there trying to trying to understand what's going on. He may be trying to argue that he threw the ball before he got into the end zone.
Right.
But it doesn't look like the refs having any of that.
I thought it was going to be yeah.
Now, obviously, this is a free kick from the 20, so you can kick off or you can punt. You can do whatever you want here. Now, here's the rule, my famous rule. If he kicks it up high enough and these guys call a fair catch, they get a free kick at the field goal.
Old school.
Or at least they do in the pros. I think they probably do in high school. I don't know. Nick's got a big leg, though.
Franklin's all the way back at the 25. Cotting sends it bounding to number 7 at the 35-yard line. That's where Franklin will take possession of the ball.
One last thing I want to talk about that last play with the quarterback, T.J. Kiley. I love the way he runs. I love when he gets outside. I think that time he just went too deep. He got chased really deep, and he tried his best to get around to the outside. But if he doesn't have to go that deep, and he can stay somewhere within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, that's where he's really, really effective. And I've said I've seen this with him now for through the summer and even a couple times in the game today. If they can get TJ out to the outside, he can be very, very effective.
Gula to the right side. He finds no room.
Yeah.
Holliston again jacks him up.
That's right. And that way, right there, what they've done is now they've learned. They're cutting him off. They're not letting him get to the outside. And now you get your Del Pontes and these linebackers and even the safeties can come up and make the tackle. Although that tackle, I think, was made by some of the defensive linemen. Nice work by the defensive line there.
2nd down and 9 for Franklin. Hand off to Gula. Stuffed right in the middle of the line. Short gain. That's going to bring up a 3rd down, and where are they going to mark it?
About the 39?
Right, so 3rd down and 7.
So this is an interesting call now. They see how Holliston plays this defensively. See if they get really aggressive, if they play man and they send their linebackers, or if they end up playing zone. Looks like they're playing man.
3 receivers to the left.
Here they come.
Maroney looks back to the right.
Oh,
complete.
Beautiful pass.
Right into Panther territory. So 1st down for Franklin at the Holliston 48.
That's a nice pass. What it did, he kind of drove the defender back, and he turned, and the ball was coming just as he turned around. That very nicely done.
Yeah, sort of look to the strong side and then back to the weak side.
Yeah, and he's got a gun. I mean, you can tell he's throwing threw that ball right on the line.
7:26 left in the first half, 16-0. Fake to Gula. Maroney down the middle.
Oh.
And complete to number 11. Tackle by DeJesus.
That's where you get that defensive man. Miguel DeJesus not playing too badly right there, but the quarterback sees that and he throws it off the back shoulder of the defender, and the defender turns, and there's nothing that the offensive player can do when they do it. That's a quarterback who knows what he's doing right there. He's going to be a good one this year.
Got a timeout on the field by Franklin.
Quick update as we come out of the timeout on the stats. Framingham leading in total yardage, 223 to 56 for Holliston. Passing yards, 133 for Franklin, 31 for Holliston. 90 yards rushing for Franklin, 25 for Holliston.
Thank you, Los. 1st and 10 from the 15. Handoff to Gula. Left side. He finds pay dirt for Franklin again. His 2nd touchdown of the day.
Well, what they did that time is they just stretched out the whole offense to the outside. Brady Sweeney was there. He did his job. He turned the play in, but there was nobody else there to help out. And they were able to get in there. He's, again, a good runner. Knows what he's doing. They're getting good blocking up front.
Kick is good. So a 6:43 to go in the first half. Should be 24? No, 23-0. Franklin. Well, Franklin's a big play offense right here. No doubt about it, where their strength is.
Well, the thing is this, you come into a game like this, you know you're inexperienced. You played a good scrimmage, had a good scrimmage against Franklin, who's maybe is a better team than good against Natick. I mean, who's maybe a better team than
Natick's
Franklin.
a little better than Franklin.
Yeah.
Well, preseason.
Maybe. But a controlled scrimmage sometimes a lot different than a game situation like this. But there's a couple things here that are going to go into the season. First of all, you may not even play another team this good, as good as Franklin is this year. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. But there's a lot of good teaching situations that are going to be coming out of this. That a lot of times you look at the score and you say, oh boy, they're going to be really up. They got so much to work on and this and that. Well, they really don't, because a lot of times the coaches will pick up 4 or 5 things that'll just turn it around, or teach the kids something, and they'll play the right way, and everything checks back out, and you're in good shape again the next game.
Nice catch by Cooper Olson. Lisa's experiencing some of the, she's got a lot of the Red Sea, who's dressed up as a whiteout here in Franklin, coming for support, but
boy,
it'll be good for the team this summer, this fall.
It's beautiful over here. I mean, you talk about football weather. Wow. This is so nice. And it's great to see the kids out here. TJ Kiley's back out at quarterback for Holliston.
Karen and Lima to the right. Gentile and Noodles to the left. Kiley setting up a screen to Harding.
Oh, very
Harding
well
picks up
played.
a couple of yards.
You watch that develop, and you see how these kids come in. I think that was a corner who came back up. He noticed, he saw what the play was. He recognized it and came back up. That's what we talked about a little earlier when the Holliston defense didn't recognize a screen pass. That's the difference right there. But again, that's a teaching thing. That's something that you can correct pretty easily.
2nd down and 7 for Holliston. Gentile on the end around. Gets across the 35 to the 37 with his shoulder. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 3. Check that, 3rd down and 4. They mark it at the 36.
Okay, now the ball's on the fast hash mark over there. He can roll. Kiley can roll to his right and make the throw now, or hand it off.
Harding quickly across the 40. Looks like he's got enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, yes, he does.
He really hit the hole hard on that one.
He did.
Good quickness. D'Angelo checks in at tailback.
Harding, and he's only a sophomore.
Yeah.
And this is what we were talking about this sophomore class.
But he played freshman and JV last year. We saw him.
I'll tell you what, if you're going to get Holliston, you better get them early, because as the year goes on and into next year, this team's really going to be something.
Got a timeout on the field. 1st and 10 for Holliston. Ball at the 41-yard line. 4:31 left in the first half. Red Sea starting to get it going for the Holliston. Oh, but caught from behind on a blitz.
Yeah, they sent everybody that time. They came right in. Interesting too, on a 1st down like that. Normally you'd say, well, maybe they're gonna run the ball, but that was a type of blitz that they could, if he ran the ball, I think he would have got it tackled for a loss too. One of the things, you look across the field over there at the hall, all the Franklin fans and everything. I'll bet there's at least twice as many Holliston fans here. Holliston always travels well, and it's nice to see this many people come out for the game, especially these kids. I love it. I just absolutely love the kids, the spirit they have.
Kiley fires to his left, incomplete. No, it's a great tradition following the Red Sea following the team.
And I don't think any of these kids have seen them play Franklin, have they? If they did, they stayed back a lot.
Did they graduate with you, freshman, when you graduated, 1865?
The old one-room classrooms. 3:35 left to go in the first half here, 23-0 Franklin. Holliston's got a third and about 15.
Kiley with D'Angelo to his left. Takes the ball himself, picks up a couple. That's going to bring up 4th down for Holliston, 4th and 12. So Cotting will go out to do the punting.
One of the things, that the fans and everybody looking in today, what you have to realize here is it is a scrimmage game. And it's like an exhibition game in baseball or football when
Cotting takes a low snap, but then sends a boomer all the way back to the 26.
This is the team is trying some things here just to see what would happen. So if you look at this and you say, wow, they can do this, they can't do that, and they're probably going to be looking at some of the stuff they might not be able to do quite as well because they want to practice it and they want to see what works and what doesn't work.
Good hustle by number 44, Robert Collier. He was right there on the Franklin player. I know there are no tackles on the punt receiving, but
no, but he was right there.
He was right there
with that fumble.
He's either. I wonder if he's a long snapper. Have to watch that.
Yeah, because he can release.
Right.
But maybe he is.
Yeah, he is. He's practicing the long snapping on the sidelines.
What we're talking about, for those who don't know, is when you punt, when you go to punt the ball. The long snapper doesn't have to wait for the punt. The long snapper can snap the ball, the center, and take off downfield.
1st and 10 for Franklin. Quick throw out to Kindred. Tackle by DeJesus. Franklin moves the chains again. Ball at the 35-yard line. 2:47 left in the first half. Handoff, and he hit in the backfield. Who was that? Number 9, Owen Zakruski with the big hit.
Nicely done. One of the things I noticed on this side is that Holliston now is coming up and not allowing the receivers to release off the line. And I love that. I love when that does it because that just really upsets the timing of the whole offense.
Loss of 2. Big hit by number 9. 2nd down and 11. Aroni looks deep down the sideline. He's got his favorite target, number 11, who's going to go 65 yards for a touchdown for Franklin.
Well, that ball was thrown just on a line. I mean, it was right where the receiver hit the receiver right in stride. And when you do that, if the receiver has a step on the defense, that's really not a lot's going to happen other than what just happened.
Right.
2:02 left to go in the first half here. This kicker for Franklin had a pretty strong leg. He's shown a couple of really strong kicks on these extra points.
It's up and good. 30-0 with 2:02 left in the first half. Holliston like to break through on a big play of their own.
I wonder if we are going to see the War offense at all tonight. You know, interesting. I mean, I would think they'd want to give those guys a little bit of practice, but there again, like I said earlier, that I'm sure Old Rochester has some people up here, and they're not going to. They're going to be scouting, and maybe Coach Kiley doesn't want to show them much.
Well, it definitely put Franklin on their heels a little bit. Want to get those big guys going downhill against the
well, you do, and
Franklin team.
We talked to them yesterday, and of course they said they love blocking on the War because you can really be aggressive. You know, when you're pass blocking, it's the defense that's really coming out and being the aggressor. When you're run blocking, you can really come out and you can push these guys around a little bit.
Andriola and Cooper Olson back deep. Andriola's going to take the kick. He'll place the ball at the 25-yard line.
Well, Franklin 30-0.
Do notice that now we've got the wheelchairs closer. There is Danny Nash on the sidelines with cheering on his teammates. So good to see him down here. Heard he had surgery. Wish him all the best. And you called for it, Jay. Now Holliston in the War offense, and Franklin's going to call timeout.
Yeah.
Okay, so the War offense is ready to roll here. First down and 10, 1:59 left in the first half.
Del Ponte in the quarterback.
D'Angelo and Olson in there. Pitch to Olson. Hits the hole. And he's into the backfield for a big gain.
Well, this is a whole new thing for Franklin. If you haven't played against this offense, it's a lot different than playing against the spread.
And the hammer fullback position is number 53. D'Angelo off the left side. He scoots forward for a first down. That's number 53, Pierce Alachi, at the fullback spot, taking over for Zach Athey, who graduated after the Fall 2 season.
Winner of the Matt Mealy Running Lineman Award.
He sure did. Olson, right side, spins.
Oh, look at that! Let's see.
Nice push.
That's the difference right there. When you can get out there and let these guys get out there and do their thing. These big boys and.
Second down and 9.
And now you watch as these defenses who aren't used to it, they start coming in, and soon somebody hits off tackle and they can get some good yardage.
Hand off to D'Angelo. Oh, fake to D'Angelo, and this is Del Ponte taking around the end.
And that's exactly what happens. You know, that's what I said. You want to draw this defense in, draw them in. Well, now they're going to say, okay, guys, don't go in so far, don't go in so close, spread out a little bit. And that's exactly what Coach Kiley wants them to do, is get that defense spread, and the offense will have better angles to block at, create bigger holes more quickly.
Third down and 1 for Holliston. Cooper Olson on the jet play, makes it around the left end, and he's got a first down at the 35-yard line. But that's going to bring us to the end of the first half. here at the Larracey Bowl in Pisani Stadium in Franklin, Massachusetts. 30-0 Franklin. And now it's time for Los's Lowdown. Take it away, Carlos.
Thanks, Tom. The score at halftime, all Franklin in this one, 30-0 over the Holliston Panthers. Franklin, the stats for Franklin kind of mirroring the scoreboard here. 13 first downs for Franklin, 5 for Holliston, 313 total yards for Franklin, 87 for Holliston. 210 passing yards to 33 for Franklin, and 103 yards on the ground to 54 for Holliston. Individual contributors in the game, Holliston quarterback TJ Kiley is 3 for 7 for 33 yards. No touchdowns, 1 interception. Leading rusher for the Holliston Panthers is Devin Harding. He's got 4 carries for 30 yards. Cooper Olson has 6 for 13 as well. Leading receiver for Holliston, Kawa Lima. He's got a catch for 31 yards, and Devin Harding has a catch as well. Jared Arone, quarterback for Franklin, has had a monster first half. He's had a very efficient first half as well. 9 of 11 for 210 yards through the air, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. And then Matt Gulla, he's had a very impressive first half as well for Franklin. The running back has 99 yards on 10 carries and 2 touchdowns. Defensively for Holliston, Miguel DeJesus leading all tacklers with 4. Brennan Ibbotson has 3, and Owen Zakruski has 2 as well. Fumble recovery for Robert Payne, and that's pretty much it at the halftime. For more stats and info on the Holliston Panthers, you can follow us at Twitter at HCatFootball. And that's the lowdown.
Okay, we're ready for a rowdy second half. Nick Cotting out to tee the ball up. The Red Sea has gotten considerably bigger and rowdier.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
Cotting gets the whistle and booms it away. Taking on a hop at the 15. Franklin will start 1st and 10 at their 25.
All right, the rest of the way here, we're going to see how these coaches are going to play this. If they're going to give their sometimes when you have a game like this, you give your first team maybe one set of downs in the second half, and then you start putting other people in. But I'm not sure what they agreed to, but they were out here before the half, both coaches. And by the way, Coach Kiley knows the coach from Franklin very well. He said so. I'm sure they're going to decide to do something that's best for both teams.
Yeah, well, they have a scrimmage, an annual scrimmage every year with Franklin. Looks like Franklin's first team is still out there. Aroni fires to his left quickly to number 85. Swarmed by the Panthers.
It's like Miguel DeJesus again. Getting a lot of work tonight. He's doing a pretty good job, to be honest with you. He's in there covering. That was like a crossing pattern right at the line of scrimmage. And he was able to stick with this man and make the tackle.
Avoid the big play.
You're right, Tom. Next week, we're going to have to learn all new numbers again. I mean, we're old, You shouldn't be doing this to us.
2nd and 4 for Franklin. Gula into the backfield. Brought down by number 4, Nick Larsh. Met him head on.
Well, they've had a few plays where they've taken Gula and kind of stopped him a little bit, but they found something now that they like, and they're starting to run again. He's starting to make some more yardage.
First and 10 for Franklin. Aroni back to pass, puts it up top. Good hand battle there by DeJesus with number 11. Ball falls incomplete.
Well, like I said, he's really done a good job, Miguel De Jesus, tonight, and he's he's getting a lot of experience. He's only a sophomore, or as Keith Jackson used to say, only a sophomore.
Right.
But he's a sophomore, and he's getting a lot of practice, and that's good. That's what this is for, and he's holding his own.
2nd and 10. Gula comes back to Aroni's right.
The blitz.
Fires short pass, incomplete.
Jack Littlejohn getting in there on the blitz. That's what I like. You got to start forcing this, and that's I know Coach Athey will do that. He'll start forcing it. Come on,
Well, Littlejohn's a defensive tackle.
Yeah.
He's blitzing every play.
Yeah, but they picked up the blitz, but they weren't able to pick up Littlejohn.
Right. 3rd and 10 for Franklin. Aroni, empty backfield. Fires short to Kindred, who fights his way close to the first down.
Yeah, I think. Well, let's see where they spot it. This is an interesting spot. First down. Yep, first down.
So 1st and 10 in Panther territory. Kindred to the left. Aroni looks right, fires. And looks like he hit number 11 in the numbers, but he dropped it. So that's obviously a play they practice a lot.
Well, coming out of the linebacker spots, it's that number 40, C.J. Pacheco, did a nice job. He got in there really quickly. I love seeing that. See, he's learning now. He's getting his confidence, and as he gets more and more into this game and more into the season, you'll see that that build up for these kids.
Aroni rolls left, fires down, complete to Kindred. He's inside the 5.
Caught from behind by Brady Sweeney, and I thought for a minute there, I thought Brady was going to be able to get up and actually intercept that ball, but he was just a little bit off the receiver, a little bit too much.
So it'll be 1st and goal for Franklin from, can't really see from this angle. One of the two, probably the two.
Just inside of 10 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Gula lines up to his right. Gula with 2 touchdowns, and he punches it in for his 3rd score of the day, the senior running back.
Well, 36-0. Franklin going for the extra point. Blocked. Oh, I thought he blocked it. Oh.
The kick is good, just snuck through the bars there.
Someone came in from the right side of the defense, and I thought they had it.
They've been getting close.
Yeah.
9:43 to go in the third quarter. It's Pisani Stadium.
Pisani, I thought it was.
That's what I wrote down. You saw Pisani? Or did Carlos tell me that?
I have one bad eye now. Don't blame me. I see
well,
eyes.
Try to use your good eye.
Okay, my good eye. Yeah, it's Pisani.
Well, now they lit it up. He couldn't see when it was dark. Well, it was in the shade because of the sun. Really got a nice complex here.
This is a beautiful area. That new school is just unbelievable. We had to drive around the new school to get here, and it's big. Franklin's always been really big in athletics. They really have. They're a big, really big baseball town, and they've had some really good basketball players too in this town, boys and girls. And I'm sure other sports too, but football's been off a little bit. Back in the day, it was a good football team too. Looks like they got one now this year.
Andriola with the kick return.
And it looks like Holliston's going to go back to the war offense. Here's Del Ponte. Looks like he was going in at quarterback.
Right.
This is one of those things where you talk to the kids and you see, oh boy.
Cramp. So in goes CJ. Number 40. Del Ponte under center. I think that was a quick hitter. Del Ponte on the turnaround keeper. That's why we didn't see that one.
Yeah. Picked up about 3.5, 4 yards.
2nd and 6. Or 2nd and 7.
I always try and key on the defense and watch what they do. Watch how they defend the war offense.
Flip to D'Angelo. Tripped up. Helmet lost.
Of course, when you lose your helmet, you got to come out for one play.
Right.
They put the spread offense in.
3rd down and 5. Got to be ready for that quick change.
Yeah, they do, and kind of taking a long time to get the play in. Coach Kiley likes to send the play in, calls the plays himself. Likes to send them in through signals, which I like better than having the quarterback come all the way over and then go all the way back.
Trip receivers to Kiley's right. Goes to the right, throws in the middle of the field. Intercepted. Intended for Gentile. And he runs it back all the way to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that's one of those 50-50 balls, they put up there. But I think what happened was that Joey, who really normally comes down with those, it looked like to me, couldn't see that clearly, looked like it was just enough behind him and right to the other guy that the other guy was able to have a little more power, a little more strength to
Yeah, it was
to pull
more
the ball
back
in.
shoulder than front shoulder.
Yeah. But because normally Joey will get those and bring them in.
So Franklin offense trots out on the field. Number 4 as the quarterback. Looks like they've changed up to their 2s.
Yeah.
Handoff hit at the line by Robert Payne. And we got a Franklin player down. We'll take a timeout. Okay, 2nd down and 9 for Franklin. Number 53 walked out off the field under his own power. Looks like it just a cramp or something.
Good. That's good to see.
Yep.
You know, it's really not that hot and humid out here tonight either. So ordinarily this time of year, you do get a lot of cramping up, but we've just seen a couple of them tonight. That's it, which is good.
Hand off to number 23. Panthers stop his progress. He lost a yard on the play. 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, Robert Payne got in there on that one, and he broke to the inside and was able to hold up the
Inflict
runner.
some pain.
Yeah. Robert's the 3-year starter on, I think, both offense and defense, isn't he?
No, he was just on the
Just
offense. This
on
is
the offense?
the first look we've had at defensive end, especially. He might have played some tackle last year, defensive tackle. Number 4, long throw, complete. Inside the 5.
Wow, that's his second stringer. That's a nice pass. That's a long way because he threw that 3/4 of the way across the field too.
Right.
6:37 left to go in the 3rd. Let's see if the boys can dig in here and stop Franklin.
1st and goal from the 2. Hand off to number 23. He brings it down to the 1-yard line. 2nd down.
This is a good spot for practicing this goal line defense and, you know, getting in there, making sure everybody knows what their job is, what their assignment is. Kind of taking on those offensive linemen and pushing them back if you can.
Number 4 keeping himself. And he reaches forward and he's in the end zone. So another Franklin touchdown here in the 2nd half. And they're up 43-0 on Holliston. Holliston having a little humble pie tonight, Jay.
Well, you know, honestly, all the years we've been doing these games, I mean, Holliston has done this enough to people.
Oh,
and you know, like
we've been on the other side of it, that's
yeah,
for sure.
A lot.
Everything works.
And I do know this, that the coaching staff will have the total attention of the team coming up this week, going into the old Rochester game.
Well, that's what matters. Preparation for the season. And Holliston has a tough opponent scheduled. Never faced old Rochester. They're a playoff team that faced off with Ashland a couple of years ago.
Going
to the Division 6 Super Bowl at the time.
Yeah.
But they're a top team that's returning their starters, I think. They're hands guys.
Yeah, I mean that
quarterback.
That whole area down there, down that Mattapoisett, that whole area down there that's big football. That's some good football, and we've run into a lot of those guys.
New Bedford.
Yeah, we've run into a lot of
Pontiac.
Those guys. Yep. And we've normally held our own and done very well against those teams.
Then Holliston travels all the way to Medway.
Yep.
We'll be standing on the hill. Looking forward to that.
On the hill, but on the level. They've got a little lefty quarterback who I really liked watching in the passing league.
Long kick comes down to Cooper Olson. And then Milton comes into town, which is high-flying Division III school.
They are, and another good-sized school coming in.
Top 25 school.
Yep.
Top Division III school. And then Holliston travels all the way down to Braintree. We've never played Milton or Braintree or Old Orchard. So there's 3 new schools Holliston's never faced before.
Well, Coach Kiley likes to do this, and I really, really, as a fan, of Holliston, I really like that. I like that he loves to challenge his team. Once in a while you get one of these situations, but a lot of times, they challenge these bigger teams and they either hold their own or beat them. So, you're only going to get better if you play better teams. So you can come out and start against some cupcakes and play against them and win a couple games, and you get all excited and everything, and then you end up 2-5.
Right.
You have to come out. You have to play the best. In order to be the best, you got to play the best. And the other thing is that football and high school football is a 3, sometimes 4, but normally no more than 3 years for each class and each kid. And so it's a building block thing too. That maybe this, we don't know. You can't go off of this one game, but let's say it isn't your year. If this isn't your year, well, you still got this whole bunch of kids returning who now have played against these big squads, and they have a lot of confidence when they go up against other teams. New quarterback in for Holliston.
Number 22, Landon Beecher.
We saw Beecher a couple times last year.
Yeah, he led the freshmen and the JVs last season.
Yep.
Holliston runner gets pushed back.
Looks like we have a whole new line in there too. Beecher, what I've seen of him is that he throws a pretty nice ball. He's a good-sized kid. He seems to be able to put a little mustard on the ball and get it out to his receivers.
Beecher hands off to number 3, Kevin Sahajian.
Now, Kevin's another one we saw last year. I think he's only a sophomore this year, right? Is he a sophomore?
Sophomore.
Yeah. We saw him both in the freshman and in the JV games, and he's a good runner. Kevin was a good runner. I know one of the things I remember from him, and I don't have to remember too far back because it was just this fall, is that he's able to get out and scat around and he can run with a little bit of power, but he's really fast and really quick.
3rd down and 8. Beecher rolls out. Fires downfield.
That's the arm. Now, when you see what you just saw there was Beecher came to roll. He's a right-handed hitter, right-handed thrower, and maybe he's right-handed hitter. A right-handed thrower coming to this side, coming to the left side, and the ball obviously was overthrown. But the other part of that is the ball was overthrown, and he took that ball and he was able to get it downfield. Really deep downfield. So you can imagine when he goes back in the pocket or when he's going to his right, how far downfield he can throw. He has an arm. Now, we've seen him, I saw a couple times in the passing league where he threw a couple long bombs and the guys are right there to catch him. So we'll see what happens with Landon Beecher.
Cotting's kick, another good one, a spiral. Takes a Holliston bounce. Comes down at the 27.
3:52 left to go in the ball game. Holliston goes back on defense, and again, we got a whole bunch of new numbers coming in.
Try to get you some of the new numbers out there. 13 is Rohith Ramanathan. I got to get that right.
That's
we
Noodles.
just can't call him Noodles all season. 16, Joseph Tomaselli. 24, Brad Andriola. 44, Robert Collier.
25, Aiden.
1st and 10 for Franklin.
25, Aiden Ibbotson, brother of the captain.
Number 4 fires out in the flat to number 9. Nice tackle there. Form tackle by Andriola.
That's a nice job. You know, you get out there and you get one-on-one with these guys, and you know, a lot of times these receivers obviously are usually pretty quick, pretty shifty and stuff. So you got to be very, very sure you're tackling. That was a really nice tackle.
2nd and 6. Number 16 almost had his claws on that one. Joseph Tomaselli.
Yeah, that's one of those. He was coming in to make the tackle, so his hands are down, which he should be.
Deflected, yeah.
And when the ball got deflected, he wasn't able to get him up there this time. And that's one of those things. You'll wake up tonight and you'll say, "Oh, I came so close."
Jack Schelling's number 51.
3rd and about 6.
Dominic Mariano, number 20. 3rd down and 6. Chased by the Schelling. And he gets close to the 1st down.
Wow.
What a scramble.
So 56.
75, David Villa. Number 66, Charlie Keogh. 1st down for Franklin. 2:50 left in the 3rd quarter. And off to 23, short gain.
Ibbotson over there, he was out wide. He kind of showed blitz. He would have had a nice blitz too, but the safety wasn't able to. I don't think the safety read the same thing. Maybe it's just all a fake anyway. But if the safety got over there to cover his man, he could have got in there, and there was no one blocking him.
Second down and 7. Big hit by number 20. That was Dominic Marino.
Nice job by Marino. He came in. He found a hole there. We talked a little bit about blitzing a little bit earlier with C.J. Pacheco. And, again, a young kid here getting that confidence to be able to just go in. Because, sometimes you see that opening and, what do I do? And other times you see the opening, it's like, I'm going to be aggressive. I'm going to get in there and take care of that quarterback. And Marino was able to get in and do that very nicely. 3rd and long.
3rd and 7 for Franklin. Toss out to midfield and caught.
One of the things that Holliston could have done there a little bit better was get in there with your this is 4th down.
4th down and 1 for Franklin.
When you get in there, if you can't get to the quarterback, obviously what you want to do is get your hands up and take away that passing lane. And I think Holliston might have been able to take that passing lane away if they get their hands up that time. Yep. You know what? That should be on the quarterback. That quarterback, they're calling it offside, but the quarterback moved his head, moved his body. You're really not
allowed to
be
move
able to do
like that. Right.
You can use your voice, the inflection in your voice, to change your voice, to change the pace of your call. You can do that, but he really did a whole thing with his body, and that one I don't give to the defense. I don't punish the defense for that one at all. I don't say they did anything wrong there.
1st and 10 for Franklin at the Holliston 45.
Clock running, 1:10 left to go in the 3rd.
Good tackle by Holliston. A short gain. Second and 9 for Franklin.
I didn't see who got that. Was that 66, Charlie Keogh?
Could have been. Yeah, he got up from the pile. I wasn't sure he was the initial hit there.
He was in on it anyway.
Yep. Also on that side is number 54, Bryson Mustard. Scrambles, fires,
Oh,
incomplete. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 9.
Clock will run out, and this will be the end of the 3rd quarter. 6 seconds left.
Probably the last play of the 3rd quarter. Number 4, chase from the pocket.
That's how you tackle,
Nice
right there.
hat.
That's how you tackle. Who was that? Is it 24? I think that was 24, wasn't it?
Andriola.
That's how you tackle. You come up, you engage, and you drive back. Nicely done. How was this first down? Something's wrong here. First down for Holliston?
Oh, that's the end of the 3rd quarter.
It is 4th down. Okay.
Yeah, 4th and 12.
4th down. Franklin goes forward on 4th down.
Another big hit. This one by Sahajian. And that turns the ball over on downs to the Panthers.
Well, I liked him. I told you I like him. I like him as a running back, and these kids are tough. I mean,
The ball hawk.
Yeah, it's good to see. They're going the other way. First down, Holliston. Coach Kiley wants to get his team over and talk to him a little bit. Yeah, some good tackling right now. Some really,
Couple of big hits.
See those guys get in there and do that. And that's what you want to see. That's football. That's tough. You get in there and stick them. Clean but hard.
Right, but open field tackles.
Yeah,
Those are the best.
yeah.
And the hardest, too.
They are hard because, like I said earlier, when you got one of those quick guys coming at you, when you go to tackle a lot of times, you have to set yourself. Well, when you set yourself, sometimes if your legs are too far apart, you're too stable and you can't make that move. But right there, they came right up and made the tackle. Beecher's in again, a quarterback for Holliston.
Little bubble screen to the outside.
Here we go.
Andriola on the catch, but flags fly.
Yeah, this is going to be a personal foul. I think someone got the helmet pulled off. Kevin Sahajian. And here we go.
So they're going to mark it up against Franklin. First down for Holliston.
9:58.
That's going to bring it inside the 40 to the 38.
Oh,
And Beecher sneaks out the back door.
look at them trying to tackle way back here, and Beecher's way down there. What a great fake by Beecher.
But Marino was just a decoy on that play. And
Well, that's what happens when you do a nice job with the fake. They both did such a beautiful job with that fake. Marino came out just like he had the ball. In the whole, 3 or 4 of the guys from the Franklin defense thought he had the ball, and they were taking him all the way back to the 40. Meanwhile, Beecher's on his way to the end zone.
And Beecher's not known for his running, but he really scampered down the field there.
You know,
First down for Holliston at the 25.
We've heard that a couple times that you know, he's not necessarily known for his running, but what I've seen is he's able to get outside. I mean, he might not be the fastest guy out there, but he's able to get outside a little bit.
Counter to Marino, this time snuffed out by Franklin.
.8:30, the clock's still running. Second down and
Second
about
and 15.
15, something like that, yeah. Yeah, that defense is getting in there really quickly. Actually, in that time, that particular time, I think 2 Holliston guys moved at the same time, didn't get called.
Right. That'll bring up third down in very long, probably 20.
Boy, they've lost a lot of yardage here.
Beecher rolls right, fires downfield, got a runner open, touchdown!
Well,
Just short of the goal line.
See, that's what Beecher can do, you know. When you say, when you hear a lot that he can't get out there. We see a lot of times, you know, they talk about the guy, you know, maybe not being able to roll or this or that, but he gets out there and he got out nice and deep, and he looked like he was going to go for it. Everyone came up for the tackle, and he was able to get that ball off in a really nice pass.
So first and goal for the Panthers now. And Sahajian's in for the touchdown. So Holliston on the board. Something to cheer about. A couple of big defensive sticks, a penalty, big pass down inside the 5, and now the number 2s for Holliston punch it in.
Well, you know, and that's what you want to see. You want to see, like I said earlier in the game, you want to let's see what Holliston's made of here. Are you going to quit? Which I know they probably never would quit, but you know, you get a chance to show your wares and show what you can do. And Holliston gets out there and they do it. And they do a good job. And you know, that's a nice way to come out of this scrimmage with that score.
Cotting's kick is strong and good.
And by the way,
Holliston on the board.
And by the way, those yards were all earned. Those were not a lot of penalty yards all the way downfield. Those yards were earned either from running or throwing the ball. So nice job by Beecher, nice job by Sahajian.
No, nice job rolling out. He was being chased by Franklin. He lofted a nice ball up there.
He has the ability to throw the ball. He has a strong arm, and he can do that. And if he learns to,
did you see who caught that ball?
No, I didn't. But that ball was perfectly placed. I mean, absolutely perfectly placed. He was on the run course going to his right side, which is his natural side. But still, to get the ball down there when you're going to get hit, like he was going to get hit, and just relax and get the ball down there and just kind of flip it down there. He didn't have to pull back and stop and turn or anything. That's pretty impressive. Clock is running, 4:35 left to go in the game.
We got a timeout here on the field, so we'll take a break. Okay, Franklin 1st and 10 from their own 30. Another left-handed quarterback, and Andriola's right there in coverage.
Yeah, and Andriola did a really nice job of coverage. In that time, if he was a little slow, he would have been able to intercept the ball, but he's not slow, and that's a good thing.
He was right there on contact.
He was right there. Got some players out here in the field. Heavy
they're
hitters.
fighting for jobs, like you said.
Fumble.
Second down, the ball's loose.
Oh.
Franklin recovers. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and long.
Time keeps running. It's running time here now. 2:30 left to go in the game. So next week it's on to Old Rochester. We play them. And, I really think they're going to come out next week and really show something. I really do. I think Holliston's going to come out and show something. I think they you talk about a learning experience. As I said earlier, the coaches are going to have the kids' attention this week. That's for sure.
Right. Handoff by Franklin, and he's caught in the backfield and finally brought down with an exclamation point. Now it's tackled by number 16, Joseph Tomaselli.
Well, Tomaselli came in. It almost looked like a wrestler there, the way he took the runner down. Nice job. I love the way these kids are tackling. They don't get a lot of tackling practice. They don't at any level anymore. There's probably for good reason with concussions and this, that, and everything else. But these kids are making some really good form tackles.
4th down and long for Franklin. Lefty quarterback heaves it up. Incomplete.
Let's see if they'll stop the clock enough to let Holliston get some plays here. Or they're just going to let it run.
I think that'll do it here in Franklin. Well, got Carlos with the final lowdown. Take it away, Luce.
All right, as this one winds down, the final score, definitely Franklin's night. They take this one 44-7. Just an explosion of yardage by Franklin. 440 yards of total offense. That's 301 yards passing, 139 yards rushing. Holliston with 130 total yards, 72 yards through the air, 58 on the ground. For the Holliston Panthers, quarterback T.J. Kiley, 3 of 8 for 33 yards. Landon Beecher, 2 of 3 for 39 yards. Leading rusher for the Holliston Panthers was Devin Harding. He had 25 yards on 4 carries. Cooper Olson with 13 yards. Chris Del Ponte with 10 yards, and Landon Beecher with 11 yards on the ground. Leading receivers for Holliston, Blake Harper with 34 yards, Kawa Lima with 31 yards. And then for Franklin, Jared Aroni had a really good game, 269 yards. He was 12 of 17, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. And Matt Gula, he had a great night on the ground carrying the football, 110 yards on 12 carries and 3 touchdowns. The Panthers also scored a touchdown and that one went to Kevin Sahajian with a 1-yard touchdown rush. Defensively, for the Holliston Panthers, Miguel De Jesus had a really good game on defense. He had 6 recorded tackles and a pass breakup. Robert Payne with a fumble recovery, and Brad Andriola with a tackle for loss, along with Owen Zakruski. He also had a TFL. For more stats and information on the Holliston Panthers, you can follow us on Twitter at HCatFootball, and that's the lowdown.
Thank you, Los. Good night for football. It feels good to be back to normal and breathe the free air that is at the Pisani Stadium. Piscini Stadium.
Well, we want to thank the lovely Lisa up there on the camera. She had kind of a tough go up there tonight with us.
Fighting the Red
It's really
Sea.
exciting.
She almost got taken under by a wave there.
Thank you, Carlos. Nice job on the stats. And Tom, nice job. We'll see you all next week at home, and we will be playing over Rochester. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.